Hey there and welcome. So, you're curious about yoga, but maybe you're not quite sure where to begin. Well, you've come to the perfect place. Over the next few minutes, we're going to walk through everything you need to know to start your own practice, feeling confident and ready to go. Let's dive in.
If you've ever found yourself looking at yoga and thinking, wow, that looks interesting, but it also looks kind of intimidating, then this is absolutely for you. We're going to cut through all the noise and break it down step by step.
So, first things first, before we even think about unrolling a mat or trying a single pose, we have to start with the most important piece of equipment you have, your mind. Let's kind of reset our expectations and talk about what yoga is really all about.
I want you to let this one sink in because it's probably the most important principle of all. This isn't about performance art or trying to look like someone on social media. Your time on the mat is just that, your time. It's a personal journey, a space for you to discover things about yourself.
And this really gets to the heart of it. The word yoga literally means to unite. It's all about bringing your body and your mind together. The ancient texts describe it as calming all that constant chatter in your head. So you see, the real goal isn't to become super flexible, it's to find a sense of calm, a focused presence. So as you get started, just keep these 3 simple ideas in your back pocket. First, your breath is your guide. It's the engine for every movement. Second, you start from exactly where you are today. No judgment, no expectations. And third, it's all about balance, finding that sweet spot between working hard and letting go.
Okay, we've got the mindset down. Now let's talk about where you're actually going to do this. And trust me, you don't need a fancy, dedicated yoga studio in your house. Not at all. Seriously, simplicity is your best friend here. A quiet corner of a room, a little clean spot next to your bed, that is more than enough. Just keeping that space tidy is a practice in itself. It's a yogic idea called saucha, or purity. Maybe add a small plant or something that just makes you feel good. That space then becomes a signal to your brain. When you're here, it's time to tune in.
All right, what about all the stuff? The gear. It can definitely feel like you need to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe and a bunch of expensive equipment. But I'm here to tell you, you really don't. Let's talk about what you actually need.
Honestly, you only need 2 things to get started. A yoga mat, that's for grip so you're not sliding around, and a little bit of cushioning. And 2, just some comfortable clothes you can move freely in. That's it. Now, things like yoga blocks, they're amazing. They're like your best friends because they bring the floor up to meet you, which makes a ton of poses feel so much better and safer when you're starting out.
Okay, mindset? Check. Space? Check. Gear? Check. Now it's finally time to actually get on the mat and move. We're going to walk through a really foundational sequence. It's called a sun salutation, and it's the perfect way to begin a practice at home. Remember, we're linking every single movement to our breath, so let's start just standing tall and strong at the top of the mat. And on your next breath in, sweep your arms wide and reach them all the way up to the sky.
Now, as you breathe out, start to hinge forward from your hips. Keep your spine long for as long as you can and just fold down over your legs. And hey, please bend your knees here. A lot if you need to, it's all good. On your next inhale, plant your hands on the mat and just step your feet back one at a time until you're in a strong plank position. Think about creating one long straight line of energy all the way from your head to your heels. From there, you'll lower down, and then on an inhale, gently peel your chest up and forward. This is a gentle back bend called cobra. You want to keep your hips on the floor and feel your back muscles doing the work, not just your hands. And on your next breath out, you'll tuck your toes under and send your hips up and back, making a kind of upside-down V shape with your body. This is downward facing dog, and it's like a home base in yoga, a great place to check in.
All right, let's talk about something that's on a lot of people's minds when they start something new: avoiding injury. We want this to be a practice you can do for a long time, so let's cover a few simple ways to stay safe. Just a little bit of awareness in a few key areas can make a world of difference. For your lower back, always think about length, not about rounding down. For your knees, a good rule of thumb is to make sure they're pointing in the same direction as your toes. And for your wrists, especially in a pose like plank, really spread your fingers wide and press down through your whole hand.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's pretty simple, really. Always take a few minutes to warm up. Don't ever be afraid to use props. That's what they're there for. And the most important rule of all, listen to your body. If something feels like a sharp pain, that's a signal to back off. Your breath will tell you everything you need to know.
And just like that,
You have it all. You've got the mindset, you know how to set up your space, you've taken your first moves, and you have the key principles to practice safely. You truly have everything you need to begin this journey.
And I want to leave you with this little piece of wisdom from an ancient text called the Bhagavad Gita. It says that on this path, no effort is ever wasted, and there's no such thing as failure. Every single time you just show up on your mat, every breath you take, that right there is the success.
At the end of the day, this whole thing is about exploration, not perfection. It's a conversation you get to have with yourself. So your mat is waiting. The only question left is, what will you discover?